Hi guys, welcome to the 6th episode in our playthrough of Egypt. Remember last episode we took this bit of land right here, and so we currently have no armies over here, but what we're going to be doing this episode is declaring war on this little nation right here, because we are truce with Macedon, and I couldn't find any nations that we could declare war on that aren't alliance with Phrygia, which you don't want to declare war on considering that the army is just a bit bigger than ours. And so we're just going to fabricate a claim on these guys and kind of let our manpower regenerate and send these armies back down here, because we do need to do that because they are all the way up here. Well, they're doing that themselves because they are on infinite operations. And so we'll let them kind of all head down here. See that Phrygia is having some internal issues. Looks like this guy from our last episode was displeased with his lack of job. He is the primary heir, so we'll have to actually fix that this episode rather than ignoring him. And so we will need to point Lagrid. If you look over at the characters tab, you can see that the Lipinumade family has plenty of jobs, so you can replace this person right here with that guy. He's not the best. He's somewhere down here. There's a lot of 4s. It's very far down here. A 3. So that's not the best, but we do need. You can see that now someone in the Lipinumade family is disloyal, probably because maybe that was him that we just fired. And so he is kind of old though, so that probably won't be a problem for long. And so, see, Macedon's army is kind of chasing us out. Or maybe that was that was just their mercenaries the entire time. Well, that might explain a few things, but we'll send these armies kind of prepare for war. That they are all on low morale for whatever reason. That will regenerate pretty quickly, and you can see we are currently under. I know I made a lot of jokes about how it'd be ridiculously hard to go under as Egypt, but we are, considering that we did not have the best initial start to the war, meaning that we need more men, and then at that later on in the war we absolutely destroy them. So this big army is really overkill for these 3 nations, with a total of 14,000 troops that could probably be beaten by this single army right here, or really any of these armies. Maybe not that one, unless some generals are really bad. So we'll come back once that claim is fabricated. So we now have a claim fabricated, and so we're free to declare war. So let's click OK, and now we can have our armies. Actually, we have to declare war first. So you see that looks like plan has changed since I first initially looked here. Although we do have a claim these guys, right? Yep. So I guess we'll be getting these guys. So we have a truce. Seems like I did not look this through. Looks like at the very end of this list, it's us, Egypt, or not Egypt. Okay, we'll have to fabricate a claim on these guys, and then they are alliance with Macedon as well as Phrygia. So ideally, they break their alliance with Phrygia, or we're gonna have a very fun time not being able to do much. Could potentially fabricate a claim on these guys, considering that they do have an alliance. We can kind of get away with that there. There's no guarantee, so we'll wait for those claims to fabricate now. You can see that we just got a claim, and so now we can declare one of them. Looks like they were a revolt of Tros and whatever they're called, and we are going to need to use our navy to get to them, considering that we don't have land access. Which should be fine, considering that they won't have any navy. And so we'll get our entire army, completely unnecessarily large invasion, to board, and we'll leave these guys here to those 2 armies there to hold down the fort, and we will declare war. You can see they do have literally 4 or 5 forts that we are going to need to lay siege to. So anyway, it looks like some country somewhere, probably over there, wants access, and we'll give them that, because it does give us good relations with the countries down there, and we aren't going to be expanding this way, just mostly this way, so that'll be fine if we give them access. And so we can now declare war, and so you see declare war. So now we are at war. We already have 10 in war score for some reason. That it's just, oh yes, the port is blockaded, which very much is blockaded. So that army goes there. That army goes there as well. That army goes there. That army goes there. The last army is going to go over there. And so these guys also want access. So there goes their army. So that's probably the first and probably last battle of this war. Though they do have an army of 7,000. Which is not the most impressive, which is about to be kind of smashed. And so we'll just have this fleet just kind of stay blockading those ports. Because there's really no reason not to. We could ask this nation for military access, but that would not be good for us if we wanted to declare a war on them. Because if you have access to them, their nation, it'll give you a negative penalty. So we have 4 sieges going right now. So we'll kind of let those complete. See that? Looks like our allies are coming over to help us out. And so this siege is going really quickly. I'm assuming maybe some of the other ones are. That one's really quickly as well. And these two are going kind of slowly, but they're not level 2 forts. And so this one will smash this army. So we won another siege, looks like, and another siege. And so they're already willing to give it another tributary. Our last episode, the nation that no longer exists was insistent upon the entire war, even when we occupied the entire area, that they would become a tributary of us, which we really don't need or want, because we could just take their entire nation, which we did. So we're already at 90 in war score. You can see that they're trying to unsiege that, so we'll just have this army go teach them that they can't do that. They do have 0 morale. They have nowhere to go, and yeah, they're dead. And they still on tributary, which we won't give them. So these guys are kind of sitting in now that the war is over. Alright, never mind. These guys are still laying siege. Forgot about them. It is also level 1 fort. It's just taking a bit of a while. They are still going to provide us tributary. And the reason I'll say it again is see that this person is disallowed, probably because they're scorned, which they are, which I'll fix in a second, but they are raising a army. So what we're going to want to do is just, as you can see, the Dragon family has 4 out of 5 jobs that they want. So we'll go over here and see the Elliptome family probably still has a lot of people that are employed, and we'll head over here and have them, and that'll get rid of the scorned and hopefully start that loyalty going up. We do have a governor that are the guys, so we're going to need to appoint them. We'll appoint those people because they were just scorned, and an extra job really won't hurt, and they're still very insistent on that. This siege is close to being completed. It looks like some of our allied armies are kind of just sitting there. So this war is really over really quickly. So I might want to start while that's going to maybe fabricate and claim on these guys so we can take them. And so we've won the siege. Well, last time we'll honor them, and they were going to be no, and we're going to take all of their land. It's going to be really wild, wouldn't we? You see complete victory plus 1,000. That'll overpower. That's very short, and you could civil war. No, never mind. Never civil war. That popped up for half a second there. You see, these guys are allied with the Upward Arrow Nation. Okay, these guys, which we could easily take on. And so, looks like this is, Sparta, right? Sparta, it looks like it broke its alliance with Egypt, or whatever. It had alliance with someone. Maybe nope, we're not truce with them. So we are fine to declare war on them, and we might want to get claims on some of these, even though we do have a truce. It wouldn't hurt for when the truce is eventually run out. You see that the truce will expire in 1 year. So that war took a couple years, and this guy, yep, he's very disloyal. He is 75 years old. So what we're gonna want to do, we could bring him to trial, which won't help his loyalty, and it is And so we're going to make him a rival. Plan assassination. It's kind of going to be... So we will do that, and that will have a... We can find this page a 60% chance of success. And that should finish before that starts, and you can see that we have this person to sell as well. They're kind of all on, we'll say, the older side. So, ideally, I'm not going to say, but hopefully that happens. We'll wait for that to finish. You can just park this navy in here in case like a storm comes through. So pirates all the way over here. So we're not going to sail our navy all the way down there to deal with. Ideally, in the game, if you're lucky, you'll have a pop-up that says get rid of pirates or make the pirates your partners and give them a pirate haven. And that'll fix the pirate problem. So we'll come back once those claims are fabricated or something has happened. So it just popped up. We do now have a claim fabricated. And so we'll get this navy to, or these troops to load up onto our navy and send them over here and then declare war so we can take all this land, because that will be kind of a useful kind of like partial like kind of base for our navy in case like we're ever at war with Phrygia. We can have the navy stop here and then kind of go over here. It depends what we want to do. So we will declare war. You can see our armies already are kind of in position. And so all of our allies will join. And then you can see they are now at war, and we are at war with just them two. So we'll send those armies in. We'll put these guys in independent operations so they can do whatever they want. And then we will get these armies to all unembark. If I could click last one. And then have them all, yeah, as I already said, debark. You see we just got another claim on those guys. So once the truce finishes, we can declare war on them. If it doesn't come when we declare war on Macedon. So we'll have these guys all kind of gang up on that army. And so they're going to be destroyed. Ideally completely taken out, but probably not. 3,000 troops down, and then we'll put these on independent operations. Then we will tell this army to lay siege to this. And these guys will be on independent operations. And then we can always, we will have this army lay siege to that, but it won't, so we'll have to have that army I don't know, where's that guy going? Going there? Nope, that's not happening. Yeah, you're going back there, and then these guys will kind of ferry over there. Actually, we'll have them all on the ship, so they can take this fort a lot easier. And then let's have them all disembark. Right there, you can see that we do actually have a bigger army, which we can send over here to take that other fort once these guys unembark. Kind of going very much overkill into these wars, but it does make them go faster. Not by a ton, but, well, I mean by a fair amount, because then we have a lot more armies to be taking them out with. And so this army will embark once the navy arrives. We'll have them join in, and then send them to take out that fort. And so, this fort is doing pretty well. It is a level 2 fort, so it will take a bit longer. And we might actually want to get to this army, well, to fix that, and then head over and reinforce this fort, because it will take a lot longer to lay siege to, and they could potentially run out of men to encircle the fort, which is what a siege is. So, because it is bigger and more fortified. So these forts are going pretty well. We already won that siege. Then I forgot to tell these guys unembark. That is the capital as well there. And so we'll pick up this army. And then see we won a siege somewhere around here. And so we'll tell these guys all to help out with that, because they can't go anywhere else. And so it looks like we are most definitely going to win this war. So we'll get, Sparta, we just took out their capital. And so now we can just, take these armies back and drop them off over here. Put these all in independent operations so they can, take the last of their land. That's almost non-existent now. And so this very short war. See, that is now actually 502. It's been took a long time to fabricate those claims, and so now we should have lost our truce with Macedon. Like I said, we did. So that's what we're doing next episode. Is declaring with Macedon once again. So it looks like they're kind of pitifully trying to lay siege to that. And so, governor looks like governor died or is unimportant for some reason. That's the only decently good governor. And so, thing that I did notice while the claims are fabricating is most of our culture was for some reason converted to Macedonian. I don't know why. It just looks like most pops are all just got converted to Macedonian for some reason. So we now have a lot of Macedonian pops. So siege is taking forever and they're unsieging that. It's only a level 1 fort, but it is taking a long time. So we do need a governor for over here. Seems like we have the plague, or governor plague, considering that they're all dying. We don't really care about our family's prestige. It doesn't affect too much, so we won that siege. War score is a complete 100, and so we'll take all of this if we have the, yep, so we'll be able to. And so there goes that war. And so that's about it for this episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Next episode, we're just going to be declaring war with Macedon and taking more of this land.